Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Today, I'm going to go over something that was truly a gift, an absolute gift. So, those who watched yesterday's video saw that I got to hang out with Terrence, who is awesome. He's not from this area, but he has family in this area. And he happened to be up in the Conyers area. And so I drove up and got to do some amazing bourbon hunting with him. Pulled a lot of great bottles. And if you guys don't know Terrence, he's got a fantastic palate. At least our palates are very similar. And he's actually pointing me in some directions on some amazing things. But while we were there, he gave me a remaining portion of a Stagg 13, which is fantastic because now what that does is, and he also gave me some samples of a 2021 Stag. So now I've got a 13, a 15, I think a 16, 21, and 22 now. And so I'm going to be doing kind of a what I'll call a stag off, to see which ones are the samples that I have that I like the most. So I've got some bottles and I've got a couple and I've got a sample. So I'm going to put those together. I'm going to do at least four of them, figure out which one I like the best. Terrence, I can't thank you enough for that. On top of getting me this 13 and the samples of the 2021, when we were hunting, we found a 2022A. It's Sigmund's up in Conyers. They had a thing that if you bought one of their store picks, you could also pick up a Stag. And the Stag was, a bit over MSRP, but $129. It's hard to find a Stag for $129 Stag. So I was excited about that. Also picked up Buffalo Trace store pick. Also picked up Woodford Double Oak store pick. Picked up a nice Maker's Mark, a red candied apple one. So a lot of good bottles pulled out of there, including an EH Taylor small batch, which is actually going to be going to someone that's here on this channel. Just going to get that passed along right to them. So very excited about that. So some good things there, good things there. As you can see, the samples are dwindling down. I do need to make another sample pack because I'm giving out two on Sunday. If you found that video and you said the right things in that video, I'll draw two names on Sunday, and they'll get two of the six sample. They'll get one of the two sample packs. I'm gonna do it twice, so two people will get sample packs of six for a blind that we're coming up. So in that blind, you're gonna have Whiskey Wisdom has agreed to do one of the blinds, which is awesome. Brian out of Guitars, Whiskey and Golf is going to do another one. Very excited about that. I enjoy both of their channels, so I enjoyed that. Like I said, meeting Whiskey Wisdom guys, at least two of them, Matt and Brandon the other day, outstanding. Had a blast with them, and then got to meet Thomas, one of the guys that they do a lot of their hunting at. I'll let them figure out how they're going to do that. But he may even be a part of it too, so I hope so. I think that'll be very, very cool. Um, and then we've got who else we got? We got the Bloody 81 that's going to be who's part of the channel that's going to be in this. We got Dave Vogelsong, who's going to be part of this, and he's part of the channel. Absolutely enjoyed him, and just missed meeting him due to some I think Delta airline flight issues, but maybe we'll catch up in the future, Dave. And then who else? And of course, we got Terrence on there. So those are five, and then here's six, and I have to make another for seven, which will be subscribers. And it's a pretty simple blind. I mean, it's just on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you think about the bourbon? Um, would you buy it again? If yes, at what price point? What proof do you think it is? And what are some of the tasting notes on the palate, and what kind of finish do you get on it? So it'll be pretty basic, but it's a lot of fun to see where people land on certain things. It was one of my favorite videos to make when we had four people participate in the 12 blind, which is really tough to drink a 12 of them. So please note, I'm not expecting to drink these all in one day. Get your notes in one day. Take your time, enjoy them or not enjoy them, and give me your thoughts on them. There's no rush on it. But I expect that I'll get some great feedback and some great notes. I had some great ones last time. But let's get into this Stagg 13 because I'm excited about that, because I'm excited to taste hopefully the 22A coming up really quick as well, because I want to do the Stagg off and have a lot of fun with that. So let's get into the nose on this. It's got good oil right in here right off the bat. Heavy cherry right on the nose. Let's see what this one is. This was 128.4 proof. So this is 128.4. Great oils on this. Cherry right off the bat. Brown sugar. Get the good oak in here. Getting some nice fingers coming down on this. Getting another stone fruit. Maybe I wouldn't say a peach, but maybe an apricot, maybe, or a little bit of a plum type of twang to it. And I'm getting kind of a savory note to it, which is really nice too. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. This does not drink 128 proof. I mean, if you were to tell me, I would have thought that this was maybe 100 proof, maybe 105 proof. I'm getting a little bit of hug, but right on the mouth, silky smooth, right on the mouth. And those fingers are really showing up now, showing off that oil. Getting a heavy cherry on here, getting brown sugars on here. Get the oak, a little bit of tobacco on the back on this, just a tiny bit of tobacco on this. Man, this is an outstanding pour. And you can tell that this has been out for a little bit, so it's opened up really, really nice and aerated, really, really nice. But man, I just cannot believe that this is 128.4 proof, because it is drinking like butter. It is phenomenal. So I'm getting the brown sugar, getting the cinnamon, heavy on the cherry on there, very nice on the cherry. I'm getting the oak, a little bit of the tobacco on the back. Super nice finish on this. I'd say this is a medium long finish on this so far. It's still finishing right now. I mean, it's really, really nice. And what's neat about this bottle is at Buffalo Trace Distillery, I think this is the first Stagg that they kind of put out a public notification about it coming out and what their thoughts and points were on it. And remember, people are always going to taste things a little bit differently, but this is the first one that they kind of publicized that, hey, this one's coming out. They didn't do 1 through 12 that way, but 13, they put out a press release. Um, I think it's outstanding. I mean, it's still finishing, which is fantastic. But even though you're not getting it on the palate, you still get that nice warm hug right here, but it's not burning at all. It's just a, hey, I'm here, type of hug on that. Man, this could be a super, super dangerous bottle, because as easy as it's going down, it just gets better as you drink it. And that's the one thing I absolutely love about a good bourbon, is the complexity that you get off of it. I mean, I'm almost getting, I wouldn't even say it's a rye spice, but there's some kind of other spice that I don't know if it's more like an allspice or something on the very back. A little bit of funk on it too, which is really cool. So I'm getting a little bit of different things pop at different times. You're getting that complexity. I think Thomas said it best the other day. He says, you want a bourbon that's intriguing to you. You don't want a bourbon that's going to give you everything on the first date, because then you're not interested anymore. He says, you want a bourbon that's going to keep bringing you back and showing you different things and keeping you interested. So you want to keep dating this bourbon. We'll just use dating analogy. First date, if it gives you everything, you may not be as interested anymore. But if you got something on the second or third date or fourth or fifth sip that's bringing out something interesting, it's absolutely it's something that I definitely enjoy. You get to pick different things that you get with this. And this is my first absolute pour of the day, and I'm thinking this is not 128.4 proof. I would have lost every ounce of every bourbon I ever had if I would have wagered on it that this was 128 proof. So fantastic job on that. Opened up fantastic. Um, I'm telling you, also 700 at the time of this video, 712 subscribers. Thank you so much for growing this channel. It's 750. There's going to be another giveaway. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, as we get closer to that, we'll talk about some of the different options. I know I was looking at a bottle of Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. That was a store pick, which I think is phenomenal. Maybe a double oaked kind of a pack or something, maybe a store pick pack, something really interesting. Because I think 750 is a great milestone, and you guys have done a great job of raising the channel. I actually got a sample here of the 13th Colony Double Oaked from Matt out at Maple. Bringing that out to him today. Going to go do some more last true vacation day. Is Friday. Of course, everyone gets the weekends, but I'm actually going to go hunt locally here today. I'm going to go by and see Matt. I think they're doing some tasting tonight. I think that they were actually going to do the Elvis bourbon. Looking forward to that. So we'll see how it goes on there, and check out some other stores, because I mean I've been going for broke so far vacation. Might as well go the rest of the way. I may have to pull a Britney Spears when I get back home and say, "Oops, I did it again." But who knows? Um, just hopefully the bourbon gods are nice to me when I'm out there today. Excellent bottle here. I You always get surprised in blinds. Um, and it's funny. I actually made a comment the other day on another page, a Whiskey Wisdom's page. I said that the blinds have no bias, and that's the best part about blinds is I'll put these together, and I won't know which is which, and I'm just going to let my palate at that day tell me what's the best. So sometimes you can get a bottle that's maybe highly sought after and allocated that's just tough to figure out. If it's going to stack up versus a $50 bottle. I mean, the 12 bottle blind, there was an Ezra Brooks store pick that won it all. And I had one of my favorite bottles of the year in there this year, but someone rated it so low, they even called it a drain pour, which crushed my soul. But sometimes that's the way it works. But for this Stagg 13, I don't know who's going to beat this right off the bat, just how smooth this is, how well this is opened up. But there's going to be some other contenders. We'll have 4 of them out here for the Stagg off. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting some blind kits into some other people's hands and getting some thoughts on that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. There's some very interesting bourbons in there. So I think it'll be a good time on that. But I'm hoping you're having an amazing Friday night. I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend. Thank you so much for everything you do. Have a great day.